Hi everybody at Bill's. Sorry we couldn't join you. I think you have a pretty busy day with your meetings and such. But we wanted to introduce ourselves,
We're Jim
introduce
and
our
Debbie
cider.
Morrison from Sapsucker Farms.
Sapsucker Farms, and
Minnesota.
we're the home of Yellow Belly cider.
And I should say, first of all, I'm going to apologize. This might be a little bit of a clunky video, but I can say we're much better cider makers than we are video makers.
Not exactly movie stars. Just a couple of farmer orchardists who make good cider. So anyway, we've been here on our farm since about year 2000. It started out with just making maple syrup, and then we ended up adding
That's how we
honeybees.
got the name Sapsucker Farms,
Right,
is from maple syrup.
Right. And I know a lot of maple is done over in your area too. And then we ended up doing some honey, and then I got into apple trees, and then before you knew it, we had more apples than we know what to do with. So we started making hard cider, and one thing led to another, and we got pretty good at it. We've been making cider since 2014. We've been in the Minnesota market strongly since then. It's been growing despite the whole COVID thing. Every year has been a growing year, and we're excited to be working with you folks. We've wanted to be doing this for some time now. Brad will tell you that. And we're excited that we've got 3 really strong ciders to begin with.
We make a total of at the current moment, we make 11 different hard ciders, and these 3 are probably among our top 3 sellers, and so that's what we'll be kicking off in Wisconsin with.
So for starters, our first one is our Juicy Apple. It's our #1 seller.
It's our first one too.
Yep, it's kind of like a Coke Classic, if you will. It's
good.
It's just a straight up, honest cider. We used to call it semi-sweet, but that was kind of confusing for people. But it is basically a very balanced, middle of the road, appeals to pretty much everybody, hence its popularity.
It's very effervescent.
Yep.
It's a nice clear.
There's no aftertaste to it. It's
very
just
refreshing.
It's very drinkable. So
Yeah,
I think you'll enjoy that. Our next cider that we introduced, and it's one of the 3 that you folks are starting with, is our barrel aged. And the barrel aged is fairly similar, a little drier than the Juicy Apple, but it's been aging an additional period of time in bourbon barrels.
You can see it too. It's really clear.
So that's been a very successful cider. It's done well in the market. We've won a lot of awards with it. You can see our awards behind us. So again, it's kind of got a little bourbon finish to it. You can taste the oak. You can pick up on the charcoal, the cleanness of having been in a barrel, bourbon barrel for a half a year is pretty exceptional. So it's very, very mild finish.
We get a lot of comments about how clear it is, because most people, when they think of barrel aged, especially with beer, it's usually really dark. But ours isn't. It's nice and clear and refreshing, and has just a very mild flavor, bourbon flavor, as well as the aroma when you give it a little sniff there.
The third one that we just sent over just the other day, earlier this week, is our apple pie. And it's kind of a fun winter, spring flavor. It is, its keynotes are the spices that you would find in an apple pie: cinnamon, nutmeg, allspice, clove, for example. And the trick with this, as well as with all of our ciders, is the balance, so that you taste that specific accent that we've incorporated in that cider, but you haven't lost the apple. It's a balancing act, really. So again, it's a very light cider, very drinkable. People will drink a can and they'll say, I'm going to have another one. So that's important.
So those are the three ciders that will be launching this week. As we mentioned, we do have 11 different flavors, but one thing we wanted to point out is we've won a lot of awards. You see, we've got a lot of bling up here, and each year we keep winning more and more gold and silver and bronze international medals, so we're pretty excited about that.
And we'll just quickly name off our other ciders, because I imagine that you'll be interested in experimenting with some of them, maybe as a limited or a seasonal type promotional. So in addition to the juicy apple, the barrel aged, and the apple pie, there's also a ginger, a lemon basil, a cayenne, a cran rosé, a wildflower, rhubarb, our blueberry, and our pineapple. So,
and for the ginger, we grow our own ginger, we grow our own lemon basil, we grow our own cayenne. That's kind of the farm.
So yeah, that's kind of a signature craft part of our projects, in that we really we try to do this the way in a way that we can use what we grow here on the farm to the best of our abilities. Although I will say this, the Cran Rosé comes from Wisconsin cranberry bogs. So we reached across the St. Croix and partnered with a cranberry farmer for that product. But
right now, oh yeah, our tap handles.
Okay, and we want to show you our tap handle. It's a very unique tap handle. It may look heavy and awkward, but it's actually super thin and light.
Very, very light. You can see I'm holding it
so,
here.
We've kind of made a few revisions of it, and we're
Place
really
for a
pleased
label
with it.
down below here.
We don't have the label on it. The label will be put on it before we send them out to you in a day or two. And the labels can be changed depending on what is going to be on tap. We'll start them out with the juicy apple labels, because that's what you've got as far as kegs initially. But I think you'll find that it's a popular tap handle. Looks nice, works well, and very durable. So I guess we just wanted to wrap it up. We know you've got a lot to talk about.
Well, we're broadcasting inside our cider barn. This is a new building that we built in 2018. We'll give you a quick tour. We're not open today. We're open on weekends, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. And
the rest of the week we're in production and
so here
just
you can
doing
see
our
this is
cider
the
making projects.
production area over here. Here's the tanks where the magic happens. Then right over here, this is the tasting area. We have seating for about 90 people. It's very busy on the weekends, and often have musical guests here, local musical guests. That's the stage. And I gotta show you, of course, you wouldn't be very mad if I didn't mention, here's this moose. It's the 5th largest in the world. Got it in Alaska. So that's here too, you moose hunters. Anyway, oh, and then inside here is
Just want to show
the
you our
storage
cooler.
area.
This is, we've got a lot of ciders that are aging in production, a lot that's on the kegs that we've got in inventory, canned and bottled as well. So, we make a lot of cider here.
And we're very family friendly. Dogs are welcome inside and outside of the cider barn. And every Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we have food trucks here. Now we're going outside. So you can just kind of see a little bit of what we are. This is the surrounding. We are out in the beautiful country. And then here's this big cider barn. And of course, in the summertime, these picnic tables are full of people enjoying cider and food. So thanks for, you can see this again. I apologize for our video, but it's who we are. thank you again. We look forward to coming and meeting you all in person. Bye.